News First, Newsline with Faraz, Shauketaly.
And good morning to you. This is Newsline. Live as always from the Newsfirst studios in Dawson Street in Colombo. The security ambience is all pervasive. It is all concerning. And I've got somebody here who knows a thing or two about intelligence and security and the implementations of those two things. He's right here with us, the wartime commandant of the Special Task Force, Senior DIG, retired, happily, NEWSLINE. Very good morning to you, sir.
Very good morning.
And welcome again on to Newsline. Thank you very much. As I said, you know a thing or two about the fusion of intelligence and the implementation or acting on the information. But something strange has happened. I'd like you to listen to this clip of a minister. Let's hear what Harin Fernando had to say. This is a little bit interesting. Hear me out.
මගේ පියා ඉන්නේ නවලෝක රෝහලේ දැන් සති 3ක් තිස්සේ ප්‍රතිකාර වෙන්නේ ඊයේ රෑමට කතා කරලා කිව්වා මේ පල්ලියට එහෙම යන්න එපා මෙහෙම දෙයක් ආරංචියක්.
My father is in hospital with illness for about 3 weeks. Last night he called me and asked me not to go to church because he had heard of a situation that may take place. It concerns me how he found out such a thing being on a sickbed. I was in Badulla this morning. I came down and went and asked him how he knew. There's a great sadness about how such a thing happened. There was clearly information about this with the intelligence. My father didn't know I was in Badulla. He just warned me not to go to church. Honestly, I got this message from my father. I asked if he was mad. I asked him who would carry out bomb attacks in today's day and age. But now I want to know how a sick man knew of something so serious.
There you go. The minister is saying he wants to know how his father knew. Well, the first thing, obviously, the easy, if somewhat flippant response would be, well, you know, ask your dad. He'll tell you how he found out. There's no good asking the world. But how do you think, Mr. Liuki, that a perfectly ordinary citizen lying in bed in the hospital knew that there was something going to be amiss, unless he was a Sumanadasa type?
Actually, as far as this matter is concerned, Mr. Harin Fernando is a responsible minister. If he had got to know about what his father supposed to have told about an attack is going to take place in this church, and for him not to go, being a responsible minister, what he should have done was to inform the police and take appropriate action rather than keeping quiet. I think where he has failed in his duty as a responsible minister.
Right. There is some evidence and some belief that Sri Lanka's intelligence services were aware and did inform various officials of a certain situation. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe alludes to this breakdown between that information and what did not happen after that. How is it possible that the Prime Minister, the second most important man in the political hierarchy, didn't appear to know? Is it possible?
I think it's very strange, because he being the number 2, a copy of that report should have gone to the Prime Minister, President, Prime Minister, right down the line to the Defense Secretary.
And the Cabinet of Ministers?
No, not to the Cabinet.
Not to the Cabinet.
Not to the Cabinet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in this instance, the Prime Minister wants us to believe or hopes that we will believe
If,
that
yeah,
he didn't
if
know about it?
Prime Minister may be having a reason to say that, he being the Prime Minister, because if he has got it, why should he say that he has not got it?
But that's a rational answer.
Yeah.
But it's also rational disbelief on my part and all the others to say that the Prime Minister didn't know. The Prime Minister knows all sorts of things. You must remember.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister knew all about Arjuna Mahendran's intentions when he went abroad during the investigations.
Yeah.
In Parliament he said, "No, don't be frightened. He's only gone for a wedding. He'll be back." So he knew about that. So are you telling me that he knew the innermost workings of Arjuna Mahendran's private diary, but he didn't know about the security situation?
I think those two are two different issues.
No, but the concept is the same.
Yeah.
If you know something about your friend and what your friend's movement is, and then you have such a serious matter, then if you're taking it so lightly, disband the intelligence apparatus. If there is no need, what's the point of having all these people and paying them for not delivering? What's the point? You were the wartime STF commandant from 2002 to 2008. You got yourself a salary, didn't you? Do you feel that you delivered the service to the public?
Yes.
And you are now in receipt of your pension?
Yeah.
You feel that you deserved it?
Yes.
Well, you didn't say you didn't know. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, the thing is, here is a question where Prime Minister himself, he says that he has not got it. Then we being outsiders, we can't challenge that. No, we have to take the Prime Minister's word.
No, I disagree with you.
Yeah.
What do you mean we can't challenge it? We can, Senior DIG,
Yeah.
NEWSLINE.
Yes.
Let me ask you a very simple question. If a police unit is attending let's say my house, because I have reported, let's say, a break-in, and your team arrives there and they see an obvious dead body lying in some corner with a whole pool of what appears to be blood, are they going to ignore that and just carry on? Are they? Will they?
No.
No. Well, that's my question. When you're the Prime Minister, you sought to become the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
You must know what's going on.
Yeah.
If you are not,
Definitely.
if you're not, then it's fair comment for me to say, well, then don't be the Prime Minister. Is that fair comment?
Yeah, that's it.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
There's no good, this blame game. 290 people died from